Well, good morning to each and every one of you. We're not going to start off with a very long meditation this morning. Just start off with a little bit of action as you would have seen here. We're in 𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗲. We've come down here due to a video that we saw yesterday. We'll talk about that a little bit more. However, we just want to share with you this side of the island this morning. Unfortunately, there are terrible signals. I mean, normally we walk through this area here down to 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏 with a brilliant signal. Today they're fluctuating. I'm hoping this is coming through clear right now. I am jumping between 90 and 109 and just like not even moving, so you can understand it's fluctuating. It seems the second place we experienced that this week, first being obviously by Rockley on Sunday, but we experienced that again this morning. Beautiful morning in Barbados. So we may not be able to actually see the sunrise, but we can surely see daybreak and the reflections are associated with the rising sun. You know this lady, she's always doing yoga on 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏 with her son. I'm not sure where the sun is today. However, good morning. Beautiful morning here. Freshwater bay itself directly on the inside of us. Remember, if you are interested in staying in this area, Gina Parvasino condos just right there in the center of the camera. Chris Maloney condos here in this section as well. They're all our family, so you can always get in contact with them. That's Gina from 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗲. Chris, some of you all may know him from automotive art. That's one of my, well, that was my apprentice that overtook me in bodyboarding. But yes, he was good enough to do that. Good morning to you, Chris, boy. Living those memories. Let me tell you, they were cherished days. Okay, so each and every one of you, welcome to beautiful Barbados. Stunning morning here. Water's glassed off. A lot of sand moving in this area. Tons of sand. Look, see, this is definitely not the usual water of the West Coast area. It's very murky and can't really see through it as clear as we normally do. And that's because of the amount of sand that's moving here. We're going to talk about it a little bit further on. That is the main playing factor in what's happening today. But good morning to each and every one of you all. I used to work for a boss at one time. He said, Nicholas, the most important times are the beginning and the end. So, good morning to you, Martin. Just to let you know, I am here at the beginning, and I'm going to bring you the best and the most beautiful scenery that is possible, which is right now, of course. Eliminate everything to my left, eliminate everything to my right. Right in the center is what I'm talking about. I know you would know that, but I'm just highlighting it for anyone that has impaired vision, like 𝗷𝗍cie 𝗂𝗏 who needs to go and get her eyes checked, but just refuses to, or the billionaire who refuses to buy glasses because he is so cheap. And good morning to each and every one of you all. Alright, before we move from here, we're going to say our Serenity prayer. This morning on the south coast, extremely windy and stuff, so we didn't venture to that side. So this actually was a good morning to do over in this section here, because we are sheltered naturally from the winds itself. Alright, so we can look in a northerly direction, so let's just come around there real nice and slow and easy. Have a look at these birds in the sky this morning. Hope you all can make them out. Moon over there, just to the right of them, you'll see some of the big, what we call cobblers. They're up there flying. Beautiful, just gliding on all the natural winds. What a beautiful day in Barbados it is indeed. Alright, so we're coming around slowly, almost at the location where we're going to say our Serenity prayer. We're going to look northward, as I said, up where Paradise Villas used to be, and that's on that point. Or where the actual freshwater spring comes into the water, which is by those rocks you're seeing on that point as well. Alright, so here we go. Now remember, this is a prayer for peace and guidance, direction and comfort. It actually makes my life extremely simple when I realize it's only me that I'm responsible for. All I can do is the best that I can do for whatever is necessary. I leave the rest up to God and leave the rest up to whatever His decisions are, because He knows the future before we even have a clue what's going on. So this path has already been laid for me by Him, and it's just a matter of me following His light and following that path. Okay, so we're going to say our prayer now. Those who like join us, please do. All others will be back with you in a few moments' time. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. As you can see this morning, we are starting in the sea. I did tell you all, prepare for our swims today. I know for sure 𝗲𝗏𝗶𝗲 and our majority of our Spice Girls came and swam here with us once when we did our family day or Saturday, 𝗲𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗦𝗘 here. I don't know if you all will remember that vlog. That's the same time that half of the Fishing Association retired from this area and located themselves at a different location, thinking that if they left here they would never get to see some of those Spice Girls again. So most of them went to other fishing villages around the island. However, lo and behold, did they not know that we move around the place. So I saw a few of them this morning. Good morning, 𝗲𝗲𝗄𝗏. Thank you for taking your time out to talk to us this morning. He is going to be our newest brother. I spoke to him this morning, the beach here. The three guys that were in the action Moses that you saw motoring out. He was a younger guy. You really couldn't differentiate who was younger or older on that boat. But 𝗲𝗲𝗄𝗏, good morning to you, my brother. Look forward to seeing you in our family on YouTube. And as you said, you will probably set up a Facebook channel to come and visit us as well. It's absolutely stunning down here. Alright, so we're going to start moving on from here now. It's not going to be a very long vlog because I didn't even realize that yesterday's was 1 hour and 20 minutes. I cannot believe that I tolerated those women yesterday for 1 hour and 20 minutes. That is an astonishing feat. But that just tells you how amazing the Bajan warrior is. Because no one else could have taken them on for that duration of time, except for themselves, of course, because they're immune to their own nonsense. We are coming down here today to follow up on a video that was forwarded to me. It came through a whole set of people, so I'm not going to identify who actually sent it through originally. I really don't know that. But what they were talking about is their shock and horror at the water that was flowing down here from the hot pot. I am not sure when that video was done, and I am not going to contradict anything that the person that was bringing it had said, because if he was from this area, he would know this area extremely well. But what I will tell you is that from my findings this morning, the water we saw yesterday, the road and the banks down here were not from the hot pot. They're because the sand has built and shifted, as you would notice when we look back. Let me see if we can get a good signal here. When we look back to the north, all the sand on that point has gone, exposing all the rocks by really fresh water. Spring comes out. No sand down there whatsoever. Unfortunately, the signal, as I said, when we get onto that next beach here, is gone. It just goes completely off the chart. Can't get a signal, and then it comes in and out all the time. I've moved all over trying to get at various locations, see if I can bring it over there for you to show you how much sand has shifted in this direction. However, I'm unable to do so. But you can clearly see from in front of Freshwater Bay here, this is actually high tide, around high tide now. We're starting to drop off, but this is the higher of the tides. And as you can see, dry sand in front of here right now. This is normally you would only see dry sand in front of here. Majority time, I should say, depending on what time of year it is, you'd only see dry sand in front of here at low tide. But you can comfortably see the sand build up is here. So it has shifted from the northern section of this beach and has shifted up in this area, causing an outer bank further up between here and the hot pot. That outer bank is actually being crested by the high tide. Water is rushing into that, and the only escape for that is down in this direction. So unless that video was taken days ago, I'm going to show you why I'm saying this. Unless it was taken days ago, I think that maybe the person saw the water rushing down here yesterday, if it was yesterday, and assumed it was coming from the hot pot, which it is not. It is coming from the escape of the seawater that's cresting over the outer bank, coming into this section and run over here like a river. You can actually see all of the sand that has gone consistently the entire way up here, and you can also see how much sand is here. You don't normally get the sand like this here. Yes, you get a tapering ridge from up there in the higher elevation, but you wouldn't get this kind of level flat sand. There's a lot of sand that has moved into this area since we were here last time. We have seen the hot pot make many different swings and come from many different directions, but as he quite rightly said in the video, he had never seen it come down here. So we'll show you in a couple of minutes why I'm believing that maybe looking from here, you would assume it was coming from the hot pot, but if you go around the corner, you would have seen it was not. And again, that is only if that was taken yesterday and not earlier in the week that it may have come around from the hot pot. The hot pot shifted so much sand recently that you will understand what I mean in a few minutes time. This area, absolutely beautiful. This is, or I should say, welcome to the longest stretch of sand, continuous sand in Barbados besides the east coast. This runs from right up by the Barbados flour mill, which is on the Mighty Grinder Highway, just to the Bridgetown side of Rascals Beach Bar. It runs from there the entire way down, right through past Freshwater Bay, past Paradise, past Bats Rock, and it goes right down to the end of Bats Rock Beach itself. We know we can walk around the cliffs, but I said continuous sand. But this is way longer than Carlisle Bay for sure. I've actually done the measurements before. I don't have the stats with me right now. I didn't bring them this morning. As you know, my brain is so saturated with important facts and figures, I can't remember everything. So therefore, I don't want to call it wrong, but it's definitely considerably longer than the 𝗃𝗷𝗊𝗲 stretch. So if you're familiar with walking 𝗃𝗷𝗊𝗲, you want something even longer, come and take a walk down here. It's beautiful. Unlike 𝗃𝗷𝗊𝗲 though, that has an absolutely beautiful horseshoe shape. You can actually see the entire bay and the entire beach. No matter where you walk down here, it disappears as you go around corners. So it gives the optical illusion that it is not as big as 𝗃𝗷𝗊𝗲, but it certainly is longer than 𝗃𝗷𝗊𝗲 for sure. As you would know, we're in off season right now, as in cruise season, as in tourist arrivals or long stay arrivals. This is the time of year now it starts to peter off. It will start to pick up in the latter part of June into July and into August, of course, for our massive 𝗃𝗷𝗊𝗲 Day that we have here, which is on the first Monday in August. I keep pitching all the time because if you have the opportunity to visit and experience our all of our Calypso tents and all of the activities and parties that go on around the crop over time, please do so. It is a different Barbados. Anyone that comes here to Barbados around crop over time will see not only a different atmosphere or feel a different atmosphere, but also observe different types of people that come in at that time. At that time, it turns into more of a Caribbean event, and also a lot of Barbadians who are overseas that will come back to Barbados for the crop over time, or mass, which is Grand Kadooment, etc. However, you will find a lot of regional people, a lot of Bajans return at that time. All people are high octane and ready to party. That is a continuous party. Seriously, it's like 3 to 4 weeks of nothing but absolute party. Our party animal could tell you that. She builds up her endurance. All I know, she's probably running up and down the roads of St. Philip, getting herself ready to party continuously. I know you all are saying, man, Nicholas, she don't need to take any exercise because she's always partying. No, Grand Kadooment, you need, and also the Kadooment period, you need to have a specially trained fitness level. And as you would notice, the gyms in Barbados are action packed now. They're getting packed. People are on the roads. People are getting themselves all beautified because on Kadooment Day, when they put on those small little spandex and lycra skins, they want to be looking their best. As you know, we covered it last year. We're certainly going to be covering it this year, God's spare life. We're going to do the actual Kadooment Day as well. We do a lot more walk around this year than we did last year. It's a learning curve. You know, that's all. It's all part like life. It's all about learning. Now, I know you all are probably want to continue seeing me all the time, but I've seen enough of myself for now. I spent an hour in front of the mirror this morning, so I know exactly what I look like. So I'm beautiful, handsome. I expect that before I went in front of the mirror, but I like to say it anyhow. So I'm going to give you a chance for a few minutes to take in something a little less beautiful than me, of course, and then we can move on from there. Here we go. Just finished talking about the lady and walking and doing yoga, and here's her son. I don't know, he's running late this morning. He had a sleep in. He must have partied too hard last night. What's up, my brother? How are you going, man? You going down and join your mom doing some yoga?
Yeah, exactly. She's already down there.
Yeah, man, you're late, man. What happened? You went partying last night? Yeah. Oh, you have a great day. Right, man. Thanks, man. Cool, man. Yeah. That's strange, huh? Lovely. All right, so these people do yoga every day. As you can see, he's a late riser, so when you come on later this afternoon, sir, you know that I've just addressed you accordingly. All right, so the water, as you all would have seen, actually last time we were down here, the channel ran right down to this other section here where you're seeing pool above. However, as you can clearly see the amount of sand between here and the hot pot, the hot pot's actually going into the water right now. So as I said, if that video was done yesterday, it was the surge that's coming over. I'm going to bring you over here and show you what I'm talking about in a second. We actually had some surges just now. You can see them down there, just where that guy is walking, where we walked through before, where it's coming over the actual bank. When I first came on this morning, we tied a little bit higher. It was actually coming over this section here. You can see all these footprints are relatively fresh. So it was coming into here, and I actually did see the flow going around the corner there, and you know, all that section. So I think that's what pretty much had happened. If it is the hot pot, well, I'm sorry you didn't actually get to see that. I had never seen it go that far before. I've always seen it come here and burst the bank somewhere within. All right, so on we go. Barbados Light and Power, diesel turbine engines. We're not going to do too much information on the points around here, because last time we were down here, not that long ago, we talked about Light and Power, we talked about the West Indies rum factory, etc. So we're not going to talk about them again now. I really just brought you here to look and see the conditions as we had been brought to our attention. But this is the hot pot above. You see two little heads just above there, above the sand. Go up there, don't worry about it. But you'll also see now, when we were here last time, myself and the co-star, it had come to this section here, and it had burst the banks and gone out into the sea from here. But look at the amount to build up. I'm going to go right down to sand level, so you can appreciate the build up. You can also appreciate the angle. You can see clearly there is a mound on the outer section. So when the high tide, which is coming through with the surge that is currently going on, it will be coming over here. You can see it's all being swept clean. There's no sargassum, there's nothing here. It's all swept clean from the high tide last night or this morning. Going into the inside section, you can clearly see it banks off into there. And then if you come around, you can also see the same thing I was talking about. There's continuous banking the entire way down until you get to 𝗶𝗃 Bay, where it actually starts to come out. So that's basically what appears to have been happening. But like I said, this is just my opinion, and it doesn't mean that it's valid at all. I know I tell the truth all the time, but I like to leave in those little clauses in case it is something a little bit different. But you can see clearly the amount of sand. You can clearly see it's a banking. So when that high tide does come over, which you can absolutely notice here that there has been coming over, it will go inside, forge its way in here and go down. Similar to the St. Lawrence Lagoon, the water comes over the St. Lawrence Reef or comes through the channel up by 𝗏𝗏, then it runs its way along in front of the Carib Beach Bar and Crystal Waters and the sands, and then runs back out into the sea. Hence the red flag on the groin at the end of 𝗲𝗏 Jetty or 𝗲𝗏 Beach, just in front of what I call the Sanitary Grove, just to the east of Coral Sands, will carry a red flag. The red flag is not that the sea is dangerous. The red flag is warning you of the dangerous current that pulls around there. Just like here, it would be the same thing. Water comes in, it's got to find the weakest way out, and as you can clearly see, it starts to bank off and go in that direction. Alright, so enough on that. That's just my own little lesson for myself, based on what I am seeing. As I said before, I don't know when that was taken, but I'm going to show you why I'm saying if it was recently, it wouldn't have been the hot pot. I'll show you that in a second. All up behind here, barbecue bins. Actually got a barbecue up under there this morning. Big old hubs from trucks and stuff, metal hubs that they would use as a stove. This is where they love to roast their breadfruit and fish. You'll find them roasting breadfruit up here whenever breadfruit is in season. You'll also find lots of these guys here bringing mangoes down here and sharing them with their friends. Mangoes or any type of fruit, actually, anything that's in season. You'll find a lot of these people that come here every day do it all the time and have been doing it for years and years and years. Some say there are healing properties in water that's coming out of the actual factory. However, remember they are wash-offs of diesel engines, which would have in fuel content and stuff, or fuel residue like oils and things. So that, I don't know if that is what it is, but a lot of people, I don't argue with them because a lot of elderly people come here, and therefore I will have to go with what they say. However, this is a very, very dangerous spot. Alright, I'm going to give you a 360 frame and go, but you see a little further. Just so you can take in and understand. You see the huge sand bank between here and the actual hot pot. You can clearly see the hot pots going straight out there. It's burst those banks quite a time ago. It's very broad. So people are actually having to go way down to get a little swim because a lot of sand is on the inside, which is obviously being washed back in, similar to what we're seeing on this ridge going on here. Alright, so here we go. Yes, I know I over-rotated, but I got some picky people on here that keep annoying me about you didn't do a 360 now this morning. I'm sure they can't say, man, you did a 367 or some foolishness, so you can't please them no matter what you do. You go too little, they quarrel. You go too much, they quarrel. And if you go just right, they still quarrel. Find something else to quarrel about. You went too fast, or you dip your hand, or something else, because you know how it is. These people in the faults committee, they like to make up a lot of stories. They fabricate the truth. And they like to pick on things and make beautiful things such as me not look so brilliant and bright. My radio voice is getting perfected, as you can hear. I'm coming up with a more beautiful and harmonic baritone voice. I'm actually throwing in a little bit of highs in there as well, just for those that have a problem with hearing and I can only hear the very high decibels. That's why I'm doing that for you. And for the others that really have a lot of difficulty in hearing, good morning to you all. Don't say I don't think of everyone. Alright, so this water is not somewhere you're going to swim. There's a lot of garbage in here, as you can see. It's just happens in this area. I don't know why. We have some friends that come down here every year that bring sacks. I'm not joking. Bring sacks and fill them from here. 6, 7 sacks and fill garbage from here. It has kept it a lot cleaner over the last little while. However, you will still find people dropping plastic bags and things on this beach as well. Now, we don't advocate to use this as a swimming beach. First of all, you have the noise pollution of the light and power behind. Secondly, there are paths going all along behind these bushes here, which is used as a thoroughfare along this beach area. So you just want to be careful. If you are here, stay close to the water section, and around walking about, sitting around taking pictures, talking a little bit, spend a little lovely time out here. But don't spend the whole day and go horizontal, because you will go to sleep. No matter how much sound we have from the light and power station behind us, you all can hear the Serenity and the peace of this lapping water. So I'm actually going to let you experience that a little bit more again. How are you going, brother? Good to see you, man. All right, man. All right, so I'm going to let you look at this a little closer, because we're going to go in that water right now. I'm going to go up a little bit close to the hot pot so I can get the actual currents of warm water coming down here. Remember, this hot pot does not say be careful swimming. It says do not swim here. You will find a lot of people that have been swimming here, including myself, for a long time. That we come here and take a swim, and you all think we're defying those signs, but there are conditions you have to be wary of out here. There are certain times out here there's absolutely no way that I will go in hot pot, or anyone else. You will come here and see it completely clear without no one, or of anyone I should say, and that way you would know there's something going on that's very, very different. You can see how much sand has moved, how this has changed compared to when we were here last time. Last time we were here, it was run this general direction from where these folks are to where I'm standing right now, and running out along this as well. When we came the last time, they said this section here was here, but the actual water was running slightly in front of that, going in that direction. So it has changed quite a bit. All right, so let me take off my paraphernalia here. Let me get myself ready to go and see and annoy you all with a little more teasing. So here we go. All right, tide is now beginning to drop. It's gonna be a while before it does drop completely. So down here it's gonna look different again in a couple of hours time. But if you come over here later on today, remember, bring some water. Stretch the beach, it's beautiful, but it gets really hot and humid down here, especially in the afternoon time, as pretty much the mostly West Coast does, because they get the direct sunlight without anything breaking the actual heat itself. No trees or anything beyond the coastline, as you can see. If you have a look from here, you will see again the build up of that ridge. This is actually a perfect point to point out, or to bring it to your attention. You can see how high this ridge is here, the mound of sand, and then how low it goes on the inside. So you're seeing what is happening. You're seeing, even although it's coming to the lower tide, how the surge is bringing the sand, water right up onto the sand top itself. See that bit down there now beginning to go over? That is what's happening. Again, a lot of that water going in there, only escape route is the lower elevation. You can clearly see it's tapering off, going in the direction of Pyle Bay as well. So this is why I do believe it's what has happened. I'm going to actually move my bike, because I just noticed that surge was cresting and coming in this direction, so I will take it up and put it on a little higher elevation for you. Well, for me, not for you. Very popular spot for swimming. As I said, people don't say that it has medicinal effects on here. Years ago, they used to have pipes used to run up in here that were not blocked. A lot of the youth used to actually go up in the pipes and get flushed back out when they had a flush from the actual light and power. However, unfortunately, a couple of them got caught in there and never made it back out. Well, not alive anyhow. So think of the dangers. You also have the outer bank here that's being protected somewhat now as well. Lots of sand moves down here, as I had mentioned, so it can be a little bit treacherous if you're walking in the sand and you are a little bit unsteady, because you can hit soft spots. You could sink from ankle to knee deep just like that because of sand movement. Good morning to everyone. How are you all this morning? All right, you can see the folks. You can see all the sand in the intersection as well as gone. That is usually where it's all built up, right out to where the pipes are, where the folks are. And you can see again, massive amounts of sand that are built all along the outer section. All right, so into the sea we shall go again. I'm not really giving anybody trouble this morning. I know you're all saying, but you're very quiet this morning, Lane. Because I'm exhausted, because our co-star has been behaving bad again. You know, I've given her the authority to go out on the property today. So she doesn't only have to go on the gallery, she can actually go out and walk on the property. Now, the only reason I'm doing that is because I realized that all of my strict penalties that I've been forced on her are not having any effect at all. So I'm going to give her the chance to see if I can use a little reverse psychology on her. Please do not tell her, because she thinks that I don't have a plan, but I do have a plan for her. She thinks she's victorious, but she doesn't know I'm reversing psychology on her. All right, where I am, it's not warm. It's not cold either, but it's no really warm impact where I am. So the currents are going towards the south this morning from the hot pot itself. because there's very doesn't feel as over near the hot pot at all. And normally if I'm this close to the actual mountain hot pot, it would be very, very warm. If I were to walk up a little further, you can also see the kind of angle these swells are pushing out here as well, carrying in that direction, the warmer water. Not that it's cold, huh? Today is certainly not cold, it's just not as warm as I'd expected. You're going to go look close to the hot pot entrance. Remember that out here, anytime there's a north swell running, or anytime you're down here, please be very careful, especially if you have children with you. This hot pot can lure you in and can cause some major problems, as I said before. It warns you about the strong currents, it warns you about do not swim here. They said, it doesn't say please do not or exercise caution, do not swim here. It is very dangerous. We have lost many lives here in Barbados, visitors and locals, but mainly locals in this direct area because they underestimated the north swell and the currents and the surges that were coming through this way, and therefore they were swept into this ocean. You can get currents running in both directions, but the real feared one is when it's running towards the north, because what it does, it pulls you out and towards the fishing boats. Now we have people in our group that say they can swim who I know they cannot. That would be our head cheerleader. That would also be Switch Mary. That would most definitely be Nicole for sure. 𝗲𝗶𝗃𝗲, she can swim until she goes out of her depth and then she's hollering for a life ring. So don't mind her name 𝗲𝗶𝗃𝗲. That's actually a sarcastic name because she cannot swim. Don't mind she says, I am a certified oceanographer. Joe, you can look. I'm a certified skyologist, but I don't go up in the sky to do anything. I look at it from the earth, so we know what she's saying. Right, I'm now in warm zone. I'm out actually smelling a lot of hops and stuff from the rum refinery above. It's smelling really good up here this morning. Absolutely lovely. I'm actually in warm water now, so this is sort of like a jacuzzi effect right where I'm standing. It is beautiful. I'll give you a 360 from here. There are a couple of surges coming through, so I'm just going to be wary. If you also see me hopping, skipping, jumping, you don't worry. I am certified and qualified beach person and ocean person. I'm not like some of the other people that are around me that claim they can swim and stuff. That every time I see them, they got their pink inflatable wings on and stuff, and out here splashing about in water like little kids that go out on a summer break. That's how they are every week. Right, so here we go. You actually see the currents are coming out here from the hot pot itself, the water rushing out here. Imagine that like maybe 30 times the power that it is now when the banks burst unexpectedly if you're inside of that pool and it starts to pull the water out, especially if there's a swell running. So just be wary out here. Don't do as I do. Please adhere to the words of warning, and if you do decide to break them, make sure you're doing them with some kind of knowledge of where you are and what you're doing, and especially if there are locals around that can advise you. Remember, if you come to Barbados and you see a local with a 40 ounce or a pint and a half casting back directly from a bottle, do not go and ask for advice as to where to swim or where is safe. As you would know, there are certain people in our group that do that regularly with a one-eye man. I wouldn't go and ask them for any safe directions whatsoever. So don't do that. If you come to Barbados and you see people sitting out eating food and stuff, yes. But again, if you see someone toting a rum bottle at their lips, do not go and ask them for directions or safety precautions. Alright, so you can see everything is moving around here. There's lots of rippy current here. You can see the amount of sand that's moving. We talked about that a little further down. That's what's distorting the water right now, or discoloring the water. You can also see the amount of sand that is moving and the surges that are going on in this area. I want to take you to the other bank now just very quickly to show you how much this hot pot can actually move its water courses. We're going to walk through now, gets really deep, right where I'm about to walk through. Soft, sand is extremely soft. This goes straight down to, I would say maybe, well, right now I'm going to tell you, we've gone on to hit deep here, walk through sand, it's about knee deep. So a lot of water running down through here, a lot of power, a lot of current. Beautiful, beautiful Brighton Beach, on to Brandon's Beach. Brandon's, I would say, you know, possibly one, getting into the top 5 category, the most beautiful beaches in the world. For all the people on the west coast, I would say it probably lays around number 20 or so. But for other people that are from outside, and I don't want to appear biased, I would say it gets to the top 5 for sure. I wouldn't say it's number one, but it's absolutely beautiful. The reasons I don't say that this is the number one beach is because there's a lot of reef that runs parallel to this beach here. The entire way around you, it's hard to find sand in many areas, a lot of reef. Also, it doesn't offer the scenic beauty of 𝗂𝗏 Bay, for example, with all the yachts. It doesn't offer the underwater scenic beauty either, with all of these snorkeling sites and wrecks and stuff. There are many other beaches on the island that are beautiful. You know, there's 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗲, there's 𝗁𝗏𝗃 Beach, there's Miami Beach, or 𝗬𝗏𝗄𝐻 Beach, I should say, not Miami. Miami's a small little beach below. There's 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏 Beach. There are many beautiful ones, and we visit them all, as you would know. Alright, so this is one of the... All here, you can find water at certain times of year. It all depends on the amount of swells that are coming in, the current, as how it shifts the sand and blocks the water from going directly out the hot pot, and it will work its way all along this inside banking here. As you can see, this is one of the older runoffs of the hot pot. This has been around for a long time. You can see the discoloration, you can see the actual silt and stuff that is built up inside of here. But all along here would gather the hot pot water as well. While we walk back in this direction to give you another view of the hot pot, we're actually going to give you a 20-second photo opportunity here. I don't have the talkative Spice Girls that don't know how to keep their mouths quiet when I say silence please. So I will be able to actually do that. We have some distant talking, but I'm not having any problems with those folks down there because they're enjoying their merriment of the morning. They're not just annoying me with a lot of litter talk. So here we go, 20 seconds of peace and serenity and beauty. Here we go. Well, I actually gave you a 1.5% increase over our previous still shots that we had done before. But I just want to give you a chance to take in everything here. There's so much taken. It's this beautiful hot pot pool. There are the glows and well, I should say the actual light that's radiating off the side of the boats that I know that 𝗀𝗏 Mary loves. The below section is also casting some amazing glitters, or I should say perfect reflections and glows from down the side there on the water's edge. There's just so much to take in, absolutely stunning. Remember, this is the hot pot, so if you're looking up on the map, the way in is as though you're going to Rascals Beach Bar. When you get to the crossroads just off the main highway itself, you come into T junction, take the right turn and come right down to the very end. You can't miss it because it's a dead end. Unless you have a beast war wagon like myself, you will have to stop at the beach. But I don't drive across the beach anymore. But look at the clarity in here. Is this not just beautiful? You can see why this would encourage people to take the opportunity to come in it. And as you can see, it is relatively safe in this section as well. Everyone here just enjoying themselves this morning, talking happily, and you see everyone is together. They're right by the actual water that's coming out, so that is the hottest point here. I'm going to go through here. It's going to be actually I'm going to do my last sea bath with you all this morning. I did not bring soap, Mr. Conductor. You're the only person I've ever heard to take soap for a sea bath. I guess you thought bath meant that you actually are stepping under a shower or something, but that's not what we do here. Turtles were complaining, everyone was complaining about him because he brought soap to the beach. You can believe that nonsense. So, alright, so here we go. I'm going to go right down. I'm going to give you a water skim from inside of this beautiful, beautiful little lagoon that I'm in at the moment. Here we go. Jeez on. As I told you, my boss said always have the best at the beginning and the best at the end. That's what people remember. They actually remember either the opening of the show or the ending of the show, but in between, they just know about I'm being beautiful between one and the other. So that's all you've realized today, that there's no more beauty than Nicholas, of course, the Bajan warrior. It's beautiful in here this morning. Like swimming in a jacuzzi, absolutely lovely. As you can see, it's relatively sheltered. The outside sand is built up. There's no real tearing speed that's going on through here at the moment. Very good conditions to come in here if you are in the island, you want to come and experience it. I would do it at low tide. You would even have more of a pool effect here at low tide for sure. This is lovely. I see somebody saying, well, cut off yard. I don't know who is talking nonsense out here. I don't mind you all. If y'all malicious people are looking at the webcam this morning, I know for sure y'all are saying beauty twice. You're saying beauty right here in front of you. And you're saying beauty for the webcam. So you got twice the beauty this morning for the cost of one. So to each and every one of y'all, I just want to walk through the rest of the week's itinerary with you. Tomorrow is an off day. When I say off, I mean it's an off day. We are not broadcasting tomorrow. Well, I say that every time, but who knows? Let's say it's no scheduled broadcast for tomorrow at all, because tomorrow is going to be an easy day, because we're actually vlogging 6 to 7 days a week again now. But we took the extra days off so we could offer you something different, which we do. We offer you, at the moment, our shot in the dark secret mission. And then we also include Q and the community with you as well on a Thursday, so we're up to a lot. Just to let you know, Miss Care, who is our biggest liar in the EMC at the moment, I should say, I won't say she's the biggest liar because our head cheerleader could tell enough lies too. But hey, what's up, my brother? How you going? Oh, they look beautiful this morning, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, lovely, man, lovely. Good to see you again, Pro. Yep. Good there. Here we go. We can get a little fun here now. Sweet, man. I thought a water dog. Is that not lovely? Good there. How beautiful. Good there. Yeah, but he knows Dot. Dot is a mathematician. Yes, sir. Family of Hillary Beckles. His gentleman here has taught and told me so much about this section of beach over the years that I have met him here. So anybody that sees him up and down the coastline with his kayak with dogs, this is the gentleman here. His name is Doc. Talks more than me though, so he can't let him get too close to the gimbal. So yeah, anyhow, again, as we said, today spread your beauty and joy and happiness. But for tomorrow, no vlog intended at the moment. Thursday, Q in the community. Estimate around 4:30, 5 o'clock, somewhere that kind of time frame. Want to do a little bit more to go all these steps, 2 steps this week. Coming, so we probably, as it's a really big dance hall, we're gonna do some line dancing of course, but we're gonna be covering the 2-step a lot more intensely. Hopefully we get a good signal in that location. We should by all means. It's just to the east of the St. Michael's Cell Tower, which you all would have seen in our broadcast last Saturday on our Docile Saturday stroll. On Friday we'll be having a morning daybreak similar to this here as well. We'll just be walking all over the place and talking all the critical information that you should know about the island in stats and figures and history. And then on Saturday, well, a lot of talk will go on by Miss Care. She has not told me where she wants to be this Saturday. That means she's being lazy. She thinks because she had 2 off days, she could stop thinking about where she should be carrying the family. She doesn't understand that off days cannot affect the family. But anyhow, good morning to you, Miss Care. So she'll let us know where she's going to be on Saturday, and of course we will let you know. Then on Sunday, our shot in the dark again. We're hoping, God's spare life, to see how that goes. Remember, Sunday is Mother's Day. So we're going to look for one of the more popular venues to cover on Sunday. Not to tell you where that is, so you'll have to wait and see. If you're on the island, do not call and say to me, Nick, where are you going to be on Sunday? Because it's a shot in the dark secret mission, and it means that, in other words, we cannot tell you. All you have to do is be alert and be ready. All I can tell you is there will be a South Coast location, so you can sort of like prep yourself for that. All the mothers out there, and all the ladies out there that play the role of a mother, whether they have children or not, that have raised and have guided and have directed and have set the standards for those youth around you. Good morning to each and every one of you all. Sunday is going to be your day, but we want to recognize you as this is a week that should be celebrated as a Mother's Day week. How you like that? Well, we could celebrate birthdays for a month here in Barbados. Simone has been celebrating her birthday, and that was 6 months ago, and she still cheers to that every day. So I guess you can also do the same for a week. From myself, from all of our Bajans here on this beach, from all of our EMC family, from all of our friends, from all of our loved ones, I can safely say from all the Q family, we're going to send out all of our love to all of you all this morning. Wish you all a fantastic day. Remember, stay peaceful and cool and calm and collective. You won't see me tomorrow, but if you want, go on my website. You can look at me all day and my photos. I know a lot of you have them printed out and hung on your wall. It's the great police. I saw the other day when I called her in a one-on-one call, I saw a big portrait of myself hanging right behind her bed. I thought that was wonderful. So thank you very much, the great police, for showing me the recognition. And also our driver, well, she has them in every room. She said she replaced every mirror in the house with photos of me so she could see me wherever she turned. She doesn't need to see herself anymore. She just wants to see me. So we're going to sign off with watching this here in peace and quiet. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, spread your love today. Your smile can save someone's life. Your hello can bring them back from a cliff. Remember, there are a lot of people out there that have lost their way and have lost the light and have lost the direction. You can't find it for them, but you can certainly accompany them and keep them positive and happy until they find it for themselves. Have a great day. Love you all from Barbados. Enjoy this as we sign off.